photos are. We got the girl that does the photo fashion history to do professional pictures. Private pictures. And then put it up. I'm not touching it, I'm not displaying it.
Rick Hendricks won the first qualifying race. As always, there was an Earnhardt right in the middle. So here it is, a version of the original live broadcast from February 14th, 1993. We've added some fun facts at the bottom of the screen that makes this thing. Now let's get to it.
Who is he?
Dale and Dale Show. 30-minute run of the Great American Race. The electricity is building right now.
Probably the only guy on the lot that can pull the driver's license.
Daytona 500 comes to life. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting order for the 1993 Daytona 500. Celebrating his first goal in Daytona, Kyle Petty, and alongside another second-generation driver, Dale Jarrett. With one or two, 21-year-old Jeff Gordon. Most kids from 13 are pinball wizards, and 13 he was a national racing champion. This past season, 125 miles of qualifying races here in Daytona. He flew to victory, youngest ever to win, starts third today. Alongside, in his 15,500, Dale Earnhardt. Row 6, it's Davey Allison, defending Daytona champion. 1992, had some of his greatest moments, some of his worst.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Just as much enjoyment out with a personal friend right here. That's performing in front of 100,000 today in Daytona. Ricky Rush. 500 miles, 200 laps for $2.5 million here today. Pit boards are out, and on the starter stand, the king. Yep, Jim Petty is starting this Daytona 500. First time I've seen you on camera. That camera will be the first caution for getting the hand off the track, though. Let's listen as they come down for the start of the 35th annual Daytona 500.
RFK Jr.'s left his wife pretty much. Security grabbed him, ushered him out, and his wife was like literally 3-5 steps behind. Like, I hate to say, if I were anybody's wife, I would be so mad at me. It was like duck like little chicken. These women was human chickens. Steve Miller was perfect.
Rewind the next 21-year-old Jeff Gordon down the inside. Going for the lead of turn 3. There's Bill Elliott right in behind him. Earlier in the week, they told Jeff Gordon to lay back and learn, but here he comes. Racing is he backed off going into that one. Who's going to make this first lap? Down the line, lap 1. Gordon from Pittsburgh, Indiana. The kid that blew him away on Thursday comes back and leads the first lap. It looked like that was an intentional run to get right up there and show these folks that he was not going to be intimidated by any big names out here today. No rookie has ever led the opening lap of the Daytona 500 until this young man did it today. But look at Earnhardt coming up behind Jarrett now. He's going to push him on out into the lead. You see from O'Dine, who has been running in 6 as he brings that Ford up through. Out in front as they round the corner. It will be Dale Jarrett going to the first place. Dale Jarrett had been strong all week long in a consensus through the garage this morning. It was the 18, the 3, and the 15. That's the 3 cars we're seeing out front. Auction flag is out. Yellow that could be Dick Trudeau. Remember the 5th place finisher a year ago? They're hoping to do better today. Have a brand new spot.
You'll out-age your draft.
5th place finisher in 1992.
It wouldn't take you, but you will. That's how you do it.
Dick Trickle retired. Moving on. Our overhead shots today are from the Goodyear Blimp, Stars and Stripes. Rolls, Captain third lap.
I think he'll keep himself in check. He just wanted to see how strong the car was and if he could lead. So now he's led his first Winston Cup lap in official competition. So we're just going to really need to finish this race. We're just going to let it play out as it comes along. The car feels real good right now.
Well, there's a reminder for him if he gets going too fast when he gets into the strip. There's a sign to help him find it. We're going to drop the hammer. Something Joe Gibson was left around. Right here on the inside. Not for long. What's unique about this Irvin?
I've never seen
But he just can't get there. You just try and say, come on, Paul, come on. But he can't get that ball up there.
I love Pollyanna when I was a kid.
Now Bobby Hillin has pulled out behind the
You know what's, is they made a black version of it called Polly, and it was actually really good, and it's not available to stream anywhere.
Riding that Kodak car as it pulls through the field up in fifth. We got a smoker. And that Hensley getting in control. The Jimmy Dean's car sucks the wall. Boy, what a tough break this through his head down here. He lost a car in practice
It
earlier
was
in
a
the week.
good adaptation of the problem.
Here's Mike Joy. Robin Pemberton
They
is
changed the decking a little bit.
Did Neil and Dale Jarrett
Fine,
have a little
thanks.
scrape?
Yeah, it was, from what Dale said, he apologized for it. It wasn't his fault, you know, they were coming
I
out.
don't know what I'm gonna do.
Pressure was
This is
real.
I can't
really
I mean, it was just one of them things,
Steve
you know.
played.
We're going to hear that line a lot today.
Well, let's see. Is he going to get help or
But he did
is
put him
Dale
in the
Jarrett going up on the outside? And here comes Kyle
The information shown in blue is based on various testimonial reports and probably the trust report.
Talk about some power. Kyle Petty
Boy, he had some momentum coming off of turn two and just drove her right down to the inside and running there battling for the lead all the way from sixth place, dude. Very impressive. Here's going to be the key.
So how specific are these directions? Try and
They have photos of a woman snatching wine
Not like
off the
they say
tables
women.
after they got evacuated at the White House Correspondents' Center last night.
They took my meds
They were
away.
snatching whole bottles of champagne and putting them in her foot.
They took my meds away.
Yes.
Good.
Freaking icon. Like, I wish I was the. I just got shot at. My $200 bottle of champagne.
I'm
Yeah.
not looking at it, I usually instead
Yeah, this looks like a heat race on a Friday or Saturday night for a little half-mile track. These guys are racing early.
That's about the area.
Here comes the rookie going back for second.
And I was told by one of the technicians when I was up there, it was like searching for a railway engine hidden by dense fog, or walking around with a leaf flashlight for 20 days a year. It was not going to be quite as easy as I always used to tell people we weren't looking for a needle in a haystack, we were looking for a piece of hay in a haystack. So and that didn't stop everybody. Louis might not want to put his head in rice, but Nikki did. They went diving off the line of the
Distance every time they can make it on only 3 pit stops. I wouldn't be surprised to see the leader turn down on the green and see
On
almost the
very
entire
little more
field
than
come
the
in.
game.
Yeah, so it was a caution. That's right. All of them are coming in. Here they come. Folks, it's not going to be a caution. It's just going to be the field leave the racetrack, it looks like. Look at the cars coming
But they
in.
did find
161 miles an hour. Here's David Hawes. And then they take it up to the
1997.
tire. I believe that's off Kulwicki's car. It's rolled out on the pit road. It's either Kulwicki
I had
or
determined
Schrader.
that
We'll see how the
box
NASCAR
one
officials
was
view that.
Look at the suspension on Bodine as he comes into a halt.
Here's the new suspension cam. Watch him jack this thing up.
Because
Look at the brake dust coming off that
it's
thing.
going to be
We
somewhere
need them
between
pit road.
Grant
The
Plains
reason they're waiting
and
2 tires, the signal for the driver to leave is when the jack hits
97
the
was
ground.
green.
That's the reason Jack Man waiting.
2000 we did it again in blue. These are some of the books. In 2001, 2004,
Getting down to halfway in the 35th running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. There you see plumes of smoke coming out of the LA.
This is the main sponsor for my 2002, 2004, and just being the money man would be enough for the applause, but he came with us.
At this moment on the track, Derek Coates.
So what we did those years was we dragged the
Cinderella
kilometers
story back to 1990.
over the ice and
Every Sunday is my pearl.
Of course, he's off sequence as far as pit stops are concerned. He'll be able to go another 7 or 8 laps. Looks like Alan Kowalski's car has slowed
our
down
administrative
the
people in the
backstretch.
field, we would not know
He's going to be able to
we're doing
continue
sitting
on. He
there
had lost a cylinder
console
earlier.
and listening
Look at him.
each stop
1992 NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
You'd have to
Going
wave,
very slowly. Could have
change
run
the
out of
batteries,
gas,
go
but
back
we'll
half
see.
an hour,
Coates still leading Gann in
That's all we
second,
did.
but these
That's
are the
what we
guys
did.
when that gets sugared off and they make their pit stops.
That
was
looks
exactly
actually, that
for
picture
the
is Tom
lead.
Gross
No
from our
mistake
team
about
members.
that. Shine will be in it too, and Rusty Wallace.
Smile for the camera. It's a
Actually, they're
really
not
funny
too
guy.
far behind. These cars we're seeing on the screen right now are not too far
And this is a
behind
pole
Terry
picture
Dan.
of
And Dan
him.
still has a pit stop to make. He's going to be lucky after he makes his pit stop to be in the lead lap.
By the end of that, we were starting to accumulate more and more
Defending Daytona champion.
ship.
Trouble here. Having major problems here today. And this is another unscheduled pit stop for Davey.
Starting to lead me to the idea
Look
that it
at
was
the
in the
fuel
south.
coming out the overflow as it takes off. But I noticed on turn 4 he almost got into the wall. So that car is not working to get all like they do like they had in there.
Meanwhile, up in
We were
front,
excited that our chief
Kyle Petty and
Daytona
Earnhardt there. But look at Dale Jarrett in the 18, finding Brett Bodine and Ernie Irvin. Just in
70,000
front of him, the
seasons.
number 4 car, that yellow car, Irvin, then the green car, Brett Bodine, then Joe Gibbs' cars, and Carl Petty is pitting.
Until
Number 42
Canada
comes in.
decided
Hey, this should not be a pit stop. Is this an unscheduled
and
pit
they
stop?
came back and they
On
decided
their
to
last
use
stop, they got only one can of gas. You see the tri-brake coupler on the front of the fuel can allows them to fuel these cars like
and
flames
concentrated
without a
on
great
the
deal of
southern
spilling.
Riley
And on the
area.
second gas can, it malfunctioned. So Alan Lewicki's
That's a
team is
massive
running
amount of
down
work.
with
It's
gas
hard
man
for
and
anyone to
can to
appreciate
make
that
sure
when you're
Kyle got a
running
full
a little
load
bit, you
of fuel
see,
this time.
you feel like
An
you're
unscheduled stop.
just
They
bouncing
take the
around
opportunity
the
to right in less time than they can fuel it.
Every Sundays.
looking for shipwreck is
Here's
not
David Haas.
really exciting.
Richard Petty, you did this race for 32 years. This is the first time you haven't done it. I mean, how are you feeling about it? Feel a bit sad?
And this is picture shows
I tell you, as
Jonathan
aggravating as
and
these scores are,
Ryan.
and the way
Ryan
they got them
just
with
showing
the
just
restrictor
how
plates, I'm glad I'm
exciting it is.
watching and not out there.
Okay, thanks very
That's
much.
my
Richard.
favorite
Back
picture
to
of
Ken.
Jonathan.
Well, we have one anxious
Showing
parent up
how
here
exciting
sitting
this
to
is.
our left. We've got another
And that's what they were
anxious
doing.
parent
That's what
watching
they were
as
doing.
well.
Grass.
You know that lady?
Oh yeah, I've seen her a time or two, Martha. I tell you about her. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, Martha. Haven't had a chance to say that to you, but the way she likes to sit in the pits to watch him race, she wants me to pull that van right up so she can see one spot on the racetrack only. She don't want to watch the race from all around. She could have gone in the CBS suite today, but no, she chose not
By
to. She
the
wants to see him
end of
run by.
2013, it was starting to look
That's what
like
Linda Petty used to do. Sit in the infield, listen on the radio, and be close by, kind of near the infield
So,
care center, near the garage area. Did she do that when you were racing?
No, she scored quite a bit back
they
then.
got lucky.
Really got to be
In
careful.
2014,
A lot of the fast cars in the middle of this
every year,
track, they got to weed their way
and
through,
sure,
but they got to get there as quick as possible.
people who walk the shores looking for
Brett Bodine with that bump
and
penalty.
you see shipwrecks coming along, shipwrecks are off different places.
And Unser get together, sliding through the grass in the infield.
2014, they went to set up a GPS station
Back on the track, he gets it back down again.
Kyle Petty is
And
getting
Bucks
stopped.
continues.
Kyle Petty gets collected.
Found this
Kyle
piece of
tried
wood
his best to get stopped. He kept watching that car come back up in front of him and thinking that he would stop, and he just right in. Then I'm not so sure they was laying back, but what do? He did everything he possibly could and just nowhere to go.
The incident started in turn 4. It has
And
ended
had
all
rudder,
the way down through the tri-oval. Kyle
So now
clambering
that
out.
was the best fuel first year.
Boy, I hate to see his car's coming back. It's pretty good speed. And we got these drivers out on the track with some liquid out here. Well, Derek Coper's trying to keep Harry Dan a lap down. And, well,
$1 million was a possibility.
Mars, there were
he could have won this race.
Mike Joy.
Al Unser walking along back to the garage here. First of all, you okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
You look like you're in a good shot to win the 500 when that happened. What went on there?
Well, Dale did me on the outside going in the tree, and then he got caught up in the gray, and I was able to get back by him coming off of 4, and then coming off of turn 4, he got my right rear corner panel turned me sideways, and then that was that. I was bouncing in between cars then.
IndyCar racing is close racing. How's it compare to this?
You know, they run a lot closer here because the wheels are covered and gives the guys a lot of confidence, but
Maybe too much sometimes?
it's a little bit too much, yep.
Thanks, Al.
It's a hard day's work here at Daytona. We'll be back to decide who's going to win it in a moment. Overhead today is the Goodyear blimp, making its silver anniversary appearance at the Daytona 500. Well, go